All right, my name is Alysha Morgan, and I will be reviewing all of the Milestone 2 requirements. So, the first form that I will demo is the prerequisite form that the admin uses to add or remove the classes. For the user to, or I should say, for the student to use in their drop-down menu. So I'm going to click on this link, and right now, all of the classes that you are seeing on the screen are being pulled from my course catalog table. The goal for this table is to add or remove classes from my prerequisite catalog table. So just to show that I'm not hard coding anything, here we can see that my prerequisite catalog table is empty because we have not added or we didn't remove anything yet. So let's say as admin, I want to add these classes at the bottom. And then I'm going to add a couple of the classes from the top. So let's say the level 200 classes. And we'll throw some level 100 classes for later. Okay, so I'm going to add those classes. And as we can see, it's going to say that the prerequisites were updated successfully. And when I go in my database to check to see if it was updated, we can see all of the classes here. So let's say I want to remove those level 100 classes that I just added to my database. So I'm going to check the checkbox for that, for those classes, excuse me. I'm going to click the button again, and it still tells me that my prerequisites were updated successfully. Excuse me. So when I go back to my table, we can see that those level 100 classes, excluding this one, because I don't think I clicked on that. No, I didn't. I did not remove that class. So as we can see, all of the classes that I wanted to remove, they were removed off of the top of this table here. And also, you probably have noticed that these classes still have been checked off. The table will not add any duplicate classes. So it doesn't matter if I try to add them again. It won't add the duplicate classes again. And also if I try to remove classes that I haven't added yet, it's going to give me an error message this time because I can't remove classes that I didn't add to the list, right? So there are rules in place to check to see if the classes exist, um, if the classes make sure that they don't have duplicate courses, rules like that. So now we are going to sign out as the admin, and I'm going to log in as the student to show you what it looks like from their perspective. All right, so I just logged in as the user, and here we can see that the user has their own menu that they can access to either create an advising entry or view their submitted entries. So right now we're just going to create an entry, and I'm going to go ahead and start filling out the data for each section. So here we can see that all the classes in this drop down menu are from my prerequisite catalog table, and all of the classes here are from my course catalog table. So to dynamically add rows for these two sections, I just need to press the buttons here. So pretty much they function as a plus sign. So let's say the user wants to take 330, we'll say 361, and we'll go with 390. There we go. And then of course prerequisites would be classes like 250 and calculus. So it's going to tell me that my advising record was updated successfully. And when I go to my records table, we can see that that student's advising sheet is in this records table. So if the user, or I should say, if we were to see in our table where the courses are being stored for each advising sheet, they would look in either the course mapping table for the course plan or the prereq mapping table for the prerequisite section, with the ideas on the right hand side. So, what happens if I want to submit a course plan or another course advising sheet that has classes that we've already submitted from a previous course plan? This time is going to give me this error message. You have submitted a duplicate course because we have already submitted these classes on our previous advising sheet. And it doesn't matter if I try to add different classes here. As long as I have a class that I have already submitted, it is still going to give me that error message. So I'm going to go back to the user's homepage and I'm going to show you the entry that they just submitted. So here we can see the date, term, and the status of the user's current sheet. So now we're going to sign out again, and I'm going to log in as the admin to show you what it looks like when we approve or reject records. So this time, we're going to click on View Advising Entries, and here is the form where all of the sheets that all of the students submit on the site, they will show up on the screen. So right now we only have one record, one sheet, and I'm going to click on that user's name. So here we can see the data that the user submitted for that advising sheet with an option to either approve or reject the record. If I were to approve the record, it's going to give me a message that the advising record was successfully approved. And if we look in the student's email, they did receive a status update on their sheet. If the admin wants to reject a record, they would need to use this text box to explain why. So I'm going to say wrong classes. And this time it's going to tell me that my advising record was rejected successfully. And as we can see here, the advising record, it shows me the it shows me the error message with the reason why that advising sheet was rejected. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like just to make sure that you can see that the student knows that their advising entry was approved or rejected on their end. All right, so we're back at this screen again. We're going to click on View Submitted Entries. And as you can see, my status did change from approved to rejected. From pending to rejected. But if the user were to, or if the admin were to approve the sheet, it would just say approved instead. So those are all of my Milestone 2 requirements. Thank you for listening. And if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to ask me during class. Thank you.